Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Mr. Mhlanga and this is where we make HED simple and easy to understand. In today's lesson, we'll be looking at interpenetration and development, and by the end of this video, you'll know how to come up with the curve of interpenetration and the development of the prisms, right? If you are new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. Alright, let's get started. So I'll start off by reading the instructions. We are given the front view and the top view of a right regular hexagonal prism that has been shaped to fit around a regular square prism. The axes of both prisms lie in a common vertical plane. We are also given the position of point S on the drawing sheet. Okay, so we are given the two views, the top view and the front view, right? And as you can see there, we have the hexagonal prism that fits into the square prism right there. From the top view, you can see that they are connected right there. Okay, so instructions: draw to scale 1:1 the following views. We have to draw the top view, the front view, and the complete left view showing what? The curve of interpenetration. Lastly, we have to develop the surfaces of both prisms, the main one and the branch one, right? Okay, and we have to show all necessary construction and fold lines. Okay, so I'll start off by drawing the square right there, and we are given that the dimension or the length of the sides is 42, so I'll just divide this by 2 and draw a circle, right? But before that, I'll just draw center lines there. So I'll just draw center lines from point S so that I can draw my square. Center lines. Just like that. Okay, so take my compass, divide that 42 by 2, that means we have 21. So I'll just measure 21 here on my compass and draw a light construction circle just like that. Then now I can just take my 45 and draw the sides of the square, but obviously the 45-degree must touch the circle there, and I'll just slide my 45 to the other side of the circle, draw a line as well there. Alright, and then now I'll just connect those points here using my 45, just like that. Slide it to the other side. The points must connect just like that. So this is the square. So obviously I'm done with the square. Now I can just project the points up to this section so that I can just draw that part of the square prism, right? Okay, but before that I'll just label my points. This will be point A right here, point B, C, and D, right? Okay, so now I can just project the points up so that I can draw the front view just like that. Okay, and then I can measure 5 millimeters for the XY line and 5 there for the base of the prism. So just add the XY line there up all the way to there, because remember we have to draw the left view as well, right? Okay, and then the base of the prism will be drawn there. Let me just use my marker. So this is the base of the prism. Okay, so let me just use my marker here. just like that. Okay, so the height of the prism there, it's 66, so I'll have to measure 66 there. 66 is right there. Okay, so just draw a line there, just like that. And then I can just add the outlines there and there. Okay, so now I'll try and draw the hexagon there, right? And we are given that from up there to where the hexagon starts, it's 11. So I'll just measure 11 there. 11 somewhere there. Right. So just draw line construction line there, like that. And we are given that the sides of the hexagon, it's 22, so that means I can just mark off 22 there. So measure 11 from the center line to my left hand side, then 11 to my right hand side. So that means I have the side of the hexagon there, so I can just connect the points there, just like that. Okay, then now I can just take my 30 by 60, draw line construction line there, do the same thing this side, draw a line construction line there. So from those two lines I can just mark off 22, because remember the sides of the hexagon are equal. So I'll just measure 22 on my compass there, and then put my compass there, mark a point there, and from there I can just use that point just to project to the other side. So that means I have my hexagon there, right? Then now do the same thing here, draw a line construction line there, draw a line there, line construction. Then obviously I'll have to mark off 22 there, and then I just complete my hexagon there. So just draw as the base there, then I can just draw the lines around, just like that. Okay, just like that. And then now I can just complete my front view by adding those two lines there. Alright, so I'll draw a line there and right there. Okay, so this is the complete front view. So now I'll just label the points for the hexagon there. So I'll just start there. I'll just say this is point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so let me label the points for the square prism. Remember here we have B, so this will be our line B, B, and here we have 2 points A and C. That means here we have A and C. Also up there it's A and C. Then the side we have D, so this will be our line D, D. Okay, so now because I have the hexagon, remember I'm not done with the top view, I have to draw this part, right? So in order for us to draw this part, I have to project the points from the hexagon, right? So I'll project all the points down to our top view down here. So just use my set square there to project all the points. So I'll start with this point there. There's 2 points that are on the same line. Also those 2 points that are on the same line. And this point, right? Okay, so we are given that from here to this part, which is the base. It's 38, so I'll have to just measure 38 there from this point. 38 is somewhere there, so I'll mark a point there. Then I just draw a line. Just like that, and draw in the edges there. Just like that. Just like that. Just like that. Okay, so obviously I have to label the points. So here we have 6, so I can just say this is line 6 to where it intersect with the square prism. Then here I have 2 points. It's 1 and 5, so I'll have 1 and 5 there, and also here I'll have 1 and 5. And then this side we have 2 and 4, so that means we have 2 and 4, 2 and 4 right there. And this side we have 3, so it's 3, 3. Okay, so I have my top view there, the front view there. So now I have to draw the left view where this side, right? So I'll just add my XY line there. So just measure 10 millimeters, not 5, because if I measure 5 now, the XY line will go through this label. So I can just measure 10 millimeters from here to there. You can even measure 20, it's still fine. There's no difference there. So I'll just draw my vertical XY line. Okay. So this is X, Y. Okay. And then I'll just add my 45-degree line there using my 45-degree set square. So just draw a straight line there all the way to there. Okay, so now I'll just project all the points from the top view to the 45-degree line and then project them up to this section. So I'll start with this point there. There's 2 points. Point of intersection there. Point of intersection. And point A there. And this part down there. Okay. Okay, just like that. So I'll start with this branch part, right? So obviously I have to project the heights there. Let me just project the heights first, like that. Okay, so I'll start with this part, this side. So obviously here I have 0.1 up to 6, right? Okay, so that means from here, obviously this part will start from here, from this line, right? And then obviously you have that part there. That means here I can just draw an outline from there all the way to there. All right, okay, so now I have to check. We have line 1 1, right? So obviously 1 is there, right? It's a point, and then the other point is there. All right, so I'll use this line to mark a point there. So I have point 1 and 1 there. All right, and then we have 6 there. 6 is on this line, and where is 6? 6 is there. That means I have 0.6 there, and we have 6 as well there. I'll use this line That means we have a point there. So this is point 6. So this is line 6, 6. So I can just connect these points like that, and then back to 5. We have 5 as well. So 5 is there, right? It's a point there. It's 5. And then we have 5 as well inside there. So that means we have point 5 there. Okay, so I can just connect these points just like that. Then if you check 1 and 2, they're on the same line. That means here I have 1 and 2, 1 and 2, and here it's 3 and 6. So we have 3, 3. All right. Then 5 and 4, they're on the same line. That means we have 4 there, 4 there. Okay. So now I'll just draw the square prism. So I'll start with C. C is there. Let me just project this base. So project the base this side. Okay, so I have point C there. Obviously I'll use this line. Where is C from the front view? C is there. That means I have a point there. It's point C, right? And remember I have C as well up there. That means I'll have a point there, C, and I can just draw a straight line from up there down to the base. Okay, and then I have B. The B is there, so I have point B there. Obviously B and D are on the same line. That means it's B and D. And then also up there I have B there. That means it's a point, so I have B and D. Then I can just draw a straight line from up there all the way to the base, right? Okay, and then I have A, right? Okay, so we use this line here, right? So I have A from the base, so I have a point there, and I have A up there, so I have a point there, right? But now if you check this line AA, it's not a complete line. It starts there and it ends there. So here there's a gap and then it continues down here. Alright, so that means I can only draw in this line up there. Why? Because obviously the line starts there and it ends there, right? And then I'll do the same thing at the bottom. So I'll just draw a line from there to there. Alright, okay. And then now I can just connect the top base there and the bottom base there, just like that. And then so obviously here I have the interpenetration curve, right? So if you check here, I have point 1. Obviously from 1 we have a straight line to 6, right? So I have a line from 1 to 6, right? So that means I can connect right away. There's 2 points, right? Just like that. And then from 6, obviously at the bottom, that line goes straight to 5, right? So that means 6 and 5, I can just draw a straight line there, just like that. So this is the curve of interpenetration, right? So if we go back to the instructions, remember they said I have to complete the left view by showing the curve of interpenetration. So this is the curve of interpenetration. That's where the two prisms are connected, right? Okay, so this left view is complete, and front view and the top view. So I can just mark those points off. Now we are left with the last point, the development of the two prisms. So that means we have to cut and unfold the prisms, right? Okay, so I'll start with the branch part, which is this one, right? I'll start at line 1 1. I'll cut the prism at line 1 1, right? So I'll just draw the development just down here. Let me just do like this. Let me just move my drawing board this way. Okay, so I'll just draw a straight line down here, light construction, and then I'll mark the first point on this line here. Remember I said I'm cutting on line 1 1. I'm cutting this solid here at line 1 1, so I'll just say this is point 1. And then obviously this part, it's the hexagon, right? As hexagon consists of 6 sides, right? Okay, so obviously from 1 to 2 it's 22, right? So I'll just measure 22 on my compass. 22 there. So I'll just mark off the points. So that means this is point 2, point 3, 4, 5, 6, and back to 1. Sorry. Okay, so from those points I just draw vertical lines like that, like that, like that. Okay, then obviously I have to label the points 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1.